up, YouTube? My name is Xavier. As you know me, as always, thank you for joining me for another movie review today. We're going to be talking about the movie Blockers. Yeah, I know, I'm super late, but whatever. Still going to give it to you. So, this movie Blockers, is it good? Is it not? Is it funny? Let's get into this. Now, this movie Blockers is directed by Kate Cannon. This is her first time directing. She has some writing credits on movies like, how did I forget the name of the movies that fast? Oh yeah, Pitch Perfects. Writing credits on 30 Rock. So she's been a writer around the block for many years now. Like I said, first time director. She did a great job. There was a lot of great first time directing type gigs that we saw over the weekend with A Quiet Place as well too. So definitely this is another one of them. And definitely most comedies, I'm not going to lie to you. This is a comedy, I watched the previews, they kind of had like a funny scene or two. That's like most comedies, they show you some funny scenes here and there. Kind of like, oh yeah, I should watch this movie. But nah, it's most time it really ain't that funny. But I was surprised by this movie though, I really was. Let me get into what I thought about it a little bit, whether I liked it or I didn't like it. A couple things. Definitely this movie starring Leslie Mann. You can see her in a lot of movies. She normally plays like a wife or a girlfriend or the mother or some type of character in a lot of comedies you see. Like Knocked Up. What else? What else did she play in? I should do my research a little bit more. No, I know. You know who Leslie Mann is. Big Daddy, she's played in. Funny People. She plays in a lot of different movies. She's really funny as well too. See, I know I'm just going blank in front of the camera. I'm not editing this. I'm not editing this video. I'm gonna keep it going. Yeah, it has John Cena in it. And honestly, John Cena, I'm the wrestling. He's all good. I could watch John Cena wrestle, but if we're talking about in terms of just like movie acting, Dave Bautista got a leg up him right now. The Rock doing his thing. The Rock, that's Dwayne Johnson. We don't even call him The Rock no more. So John Cena kind of got to step up his game a little bit for me, personally. And he kind of got Ike Holtz. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but we're just going to assume I did. He's played in Neighbors. Someone's like, oh yeah, he played in, what's that one bad DC movie that came out a couple years ago with Jared Leto and Suicide Squad. And I was like, Suicide? That's what you remember him from, Suicide Squad? But never mind. You've seen the movie Neighbors, the first one and the second one. He plays pretty much Seth Rogen's friend, or is he actually his neighbor? I forget. I'm not for sure if he's his other neighbor. Like I said, I'm not editing this video. I'm messing up. This chair's about to break. Anyways, getting to the point of this movie, Blockers. Yeah, this movie's hilarious. Kind of getting some things I didn't like about this movie though. A lot of the kind of like dramatic moments between the fathers or the mom and the daughters weren't really, I'm not for sure if they were trying to be funny or what was going on, but there's a couple of them spiced in there a little bit, some good conversations between parent and child, and you got the parents, and you got the kind of like, like that scene in Tropic Thunder where he's pretending, he got to cry, and he's like, and it's like, yo, is that how you actually are going to cry in a drama, or, nah, you need to work on that a little bit. Just advice. Just some advice. But other than those couple scenes where like they didn't really play the dramatic side of the movie was hilarious. Honestly, it was it's the funniest movie I've seen all year. I've seen a couple decent comedies. We're still in April, so you're still pretty young. But nah, it was a lot funnier than I was. Even some of the scenes that you saw in the trailers, yes, those were still funny. It didn't lose its flavor in terms of you already seen it through the trailers, how many times you watched the trailer. But there was more to the scene, which actually made it even more funnier. And there was stuff that they didn't show in the trailers, thankfully, that actually was just as funny, if not even more funny. All three of the parents, John Cena and Leslie Mann, Brenna Holtz, all of them play off each other real well. All of them play kind of stereotypical type characters One was a single mom, very overprotective. Her daughter was supposed to be like super close, even though, teenagers now not like she was super close, but her teenagers kind of try to put the stiff arm on her a little bit, like, I'm going off to college soon, so we need to kind of create some distance here. And then you got Ike Barinholtz's character, who wasn't really much of a father. He wasn't really there. Kind of like still acting like he's like in his early 20s, so to speak. And then you got John Cena's dad, who's like big into sports. It was kind of funny. They kind of made him play like he's a crying type. You want to see John Cena, the biggest dude as he is, crying every other scene, but they actually kind of play well in the movie. Kind of, that's one of the funnier parts in the movies, that he's always constantly like crying or something. But yeah, they played off each other great, tandem between the three of them. So actually, that was a highlight in this movie. All three of them did great in terms of that. John Cena actually specifically was actually really funny throughout this movie, so I definitely give him a shout out, even though I made those comments earlier, how he stepped up his game. Well, I think he stepped up his game with this script, with this role, with this movie. Overall, what I liked about this movie, what was different from me, even though the premise was sounding kind of quasi American Pie type feel, where it's kind of like the reverse, like the parents are trying to stop the kids from actually having, sex at the prom. Pretty much, honestly, like I said, the whole like kind of reversal with that, it kind of not like how they related to like Me Too type movement, what was just going on right now. It was more so not about like sexual harassment or anything of that nature. It's more so about just women being like, yo, even when they're young, like they're not every chick is like has this horrible experience her first time, or she was taken advantage of and she doesn't know what she's doing and she's so naive. Like some of them, like they know what they want. Parents raised them right. They got a clear mindset of what they're trying to do. They don't need anybody to save them. It just points out a lot of double standards. As a male, I understand there's certain double standards that I have that are geared towards me and favorable that I didn't have to, I don't have to deal with compared to some of these girls. And then also as a black man, I know there's double standards that, don't go towards me in the right way, that I know, like I said. So women, just like I said, women have their own sets of double standards. And definitely you can tell that the writing and then the directing was kind of geared towards that, kind of gave it a different flavor. It was not so raunchy like it would be with The Boys, but definitely there was a lot of funny parts. There were some raunchy parts in this. Like I said, there's a lot of laughs in this movie. Overall, like I said, this is honestly, like I said, the best comedy I've seen all year. Definitely, I would highly advise you go watch this movie. Definitely, like I said, it was a great weekend for movies. Like I said, this and A Quiet Place. I hope this movie continues to make more and more money. So definitely kudos to Blockers. Definitely, if I had to give it a score, we're looking at around like I'll say about 87. Like I said, it's a pretty solid movie. Like I said, there wasn't really a lot of silly jokes. It was like it was a lot of good humor in it. It was a lot of believable humor. Like I can believe some teenage girls. So say that I can see some parents actually do not, even in today's time. So definitely big shout out to this. As always, like I said, especially with comedy more than anything else. All film is subjective. This is just my opinion. What's yours? So definitely, if you've seen this movie, or if you haven't seen this movie, definitely want to talk about this more, have any comments towards it, drop that in the comment section. And if you like this video, which I know you did, I know you will, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, like this video. And also feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'm going to give you guys more and more content. Definitely pretty soon here, I'm going to actually be doing some newer stuff for you. So definitely stay tuned for that. And some movies coming out this weekend as well too, which I'm actually going to post the reviews this weekend. Trust me, I got you. Trust me, I'm not going to do that again. But anyways, once again, my name's Xavier, and I'll see you guys next time.